Yo, what up, street gods? There, Kim. Alright, some turbo thoughts. The first one is that higher elevation is better. Hadong, South Korea, in the mountainside, good for creative thinking. Also for kids too. It's like it's more fun to have all this fun elevation. I mean, truth be told, I don't really like parks too much, but at least the higher elevation is just more interesting for kids. Yeah. So another thought too is, you know, how to become somebody. I think Angela, 아빠하고 hang out? Oh, 안녕하세요. I think the whole millennial trend, like people my age, right? Like I'm 34, I was born in '88. Everyone wants to be somebody or become somebody, and you know, for example, in Silicon Valley, everyone wants to be the billion-dollar tech startup founder. When I was kind of more in college, it was kind of more about becoming like self-employed or famous. Actually, was kind of more the goal. I mean, one of the big benefits of actually okay, one of the big benefits of being in LA was actually LA was much more about becoming famous and becoming a media personality rather than this nerdy become a, you know, create a tech startup, whatever. And so the hidden benefits of being in LA, UCLA, etc. is I don't know, I think actually, funny enough, the bias of actually doing more media stuff is actually better, because think about the era, right? Like all nerds like to watch media and TV and stuff like that, but not all media people like to do nerdy computer programming stuff. So actually, and then 하지마, 자자자, 그 껍질이야, 하지마. Nowadays, and actually, my thought is actually, it looks like Silicon Valley might be on the way out. It's I mean, I used to all be about people studying computer programming, my dream, but maybe actually studying computer programming might actually not be a good thing. Maybe it's better to study, I don't know, like sociology or history or philosophy or some of the more OG, because technology changes, but thoughts, history, critical thinking, I think there should actually be a major in the higher education just be called critical thinking. Like that should just be the major. The major is thinking. Actually, maybe also philosophy might not be too horrible, because at least it teaches you to be more critical of a thinker. I personally don't like philosophy at the academic college level, because it becomes too bloated and about rhetoric and logic and all these nonsensical things. Okay. My worst memory as a student, as a undergrad at UCLA, I'm like, oh, philosophy, cool, I want to learn about the meaning of life. And then intro to logic class, the worst class of my life. But anyways, yeah, I think and this is actually the funny thing too, is that like, what does it mean to be somebody, to become somebody? Like, does it mean to be famous? Does it mean to be spotted in the streets, whatever? And you know, I would actually say, truth be told, having a small amount of fame within a small niche is actually very, very nice and a good ego boost. So for example, I remember I did a road trip to Las Vegas with you know, Cindy's mom, family, you know, etc. And then a random guy at the food court, you know, recognized me and said hello. And then just how shocked my friends, family were to see me being spotted in the wild. Eric in the wild, right? But ultimately, that's also not too important either, because I think actually what's more important is to stay creative, to stay curious about the world. My big sadness is when people kind of lose their zest for life. One of the big benefits of growing up, like, you know, being a cool millennial is, yeah, you could do anything, you could become anyone, and is, you know, change the world, very optimistic. But it seems like the world nowadays has become much more dark and pessimistic, which I think is bad. I mean, my personal aspiration for Seneca is that he could become as maximally creative and empowered as possible, myself included. And so actually that's one of the biggest benefits of having a kid, is that actually it makes you way more creative and curious about the world, and just allows you to have much more fun with things. Also get a Ricoh GR3X digital camera and a GoPro. Your life will be much more fun and creative this way. Yeah. And yeah, just don't seek for no optimal solutions. It's always going to be disoptimal. Honey, 내가 할래? Okay. Don't seek for no optimal solutions, because nothing ever finna be optimal. Yeah! 이거. 탕탕탕. 지났어? Yeah, 탕탕탕. Is yeah, there'll never be an optimal time for nothing. So yeah, takeaway point, don't focus on Coco being somebody, just focus on being more creative.